If you're sitting on a 3-month emergency fund and still feeling broke when deals slow down, you're not crazy. That advice was never built for commission income. I've seen roofers making great money with savings in the bank, still lying awake at night because one install got delayed, one supplement dragged out, or one chargeback hit, and suddenly that safe emergency fund was gone. What's up, Roof Money Pros? Mike here with Roof Money Pro, and my mission is to help roofing professionals like you maximize your careers and build wealth. This channel is for roofing sales reps making good money, but struggling to turn income into wealth. And today, we're talking about something that'll make or break your financial confidence. How much cash you actually need when your income can swing 10 grand in either direction month to month. If you've ever known the feeling of crushing a record month, only to face plant with 0 deals for 2 weeks straight like I have, then you already know the 3-month rule is a joke for roofers. Stick around because I'm breaking down the exact cash framework that finally made my income feel stable and how I saved enough to walk away from roofing sales without losing sleep. And if this hits home for you, hit that subscribe button because I'm building a community of roofers who refuse to stay broke on a 6-figure income. Hey, here's the deal. That 3-month emergency fund advice, created for people with steady paychecks, designed for Sally in accounting who knows exactly what's hitting her bank account every 2 weeks. Works great when your biggest risk is getting laid off and needing a few months to find another job. But roofing sales, you're not an employee playing it safe. You're commission only, climbing into attics and walking 2-story 1012s in 100-degree weather. Living and dying by install dates, weather patterns, supplements getting approved, and whether that homeowner who's been thinking about it for 3 weeks actually goes with you, or the cheaper dude. The 3-month rule ignores these delays, and the fact that your February might look like someone else's unemployment check while your August looks like a lottery win. It's applying W-2 logic to 1099 chaos. And that's exactly why good reps with solid income still feel like they're one bad month away from disaster. Let's talk about what makes roofing sales different. Your paycheck isn't tied to effort, it's tied to installs. You can knock doors until your hands bleed, close 10 deals, and if the install gets pushed because of weather or material delays, you're not seeing a dime that month. Then there's chargebacks. Homeowner backs out after you bend over backwards to make them happy and you've already spent that commission. Or supplements take forever to get approved or denied completely, and suddenly your big month gets chopped in half. And we haven't even mentioned seasonality. Winter hits, rain season drags, leads dry up, everyone else is coasting on salary, you're rationing groceries. When timing breaks, stress compounds fast. Because it's not just about covering bills and putting food on the table. It's about staying confident in front of homeowners when your bank account's bleeding out and screaming at you. Cash in the bank means confidence in front of clients. I've been there. Record month, feeling untouchable, then 2 weeks of absolute silence. Appointments suck, no closes, just watching my account shrink, pretending everything's fine while I throw on door hangers. You can work your tail off and still wait months to get paid. So emergencies aren't just flat tires or ER visits. They're income pauses, and pauses are expensive when your bills don't pause with them. So what are we really protecting against here? Delayed installs. You close 3 roofs, production gets backed up, and suddenly your commission timeline shifts by 6 weeks. Slow seasons. Winter decides to stick around. Spring storms never show up. Your income drops 60% and bills don't care. Company changes. New pay structure, different clawback policy. Suddenly the rules shift and your expected income gets cut. Market disruptions, insurance changes underwriting, claims slow down, demand drops overnight. And then life happens. I came home one day excited to be back early and grab a late lunch, only to be greeted by water running from under my garage door. Water heater exploded. Emergency call to the plumber and $3,000. Right now, not next month when the big check clears. Right now. You need cash for when income pauses and life doesn't. And the 3-month rule, not even close to enough coverage. Here's the number nobody wants to hear. 6 to 12 months of core expenses. Not your best month times 3, not what you think you can survive on. Your actual baseline expenses times 6, minimum. I know, sounds impossible. Feels like you'll never invest, never get ahead. But here's what changes. This isn't about preparing for one emergency. It's about covering time. Time between commission checks. Time when deals slow. Time when life explodes and income decides to take a vacation. You're not building a safety net for events, you're building a time machine that buys you months when you need them. And you base this on your average income, not best months. Because planning off that $20,000 August is how you end up broke in February. Cash is your buffer, not an investment, not losing value to inflation. Your permission slip to make smart decisions even when everyone else is panicking. Let me tell you about Brandon. Good rep, solid closer, stay-at-home wife taking care of their 2-year-old daughter. Brandon told me he kept 1 month in reserves because it felt comfortable to him. 1 month. So we talked about what life really looks like when, not if, deals slowed or installs got delayed. Suddenly Brandon is panicking because his comfort level just put his entire family at risk. His wife can't jump back into work overnight with a toddler at home. This is what broke looks like with good income. You're relying on credit cards to smooth out gaps, paying interest on your own money because timing's off. You feel pressure to close bad leads. Homeowner's sketchy, property's a nightmare, but you need the commission so you push it through. You make emotional decisions, pull from retirement accounts, raid investments, sell stocks at a loss because rent's due and the install got delayed. And the worst part? You can be making great money and still feel broke. Your income's great on paper, but your bank account tells a different story. This is the trap. Good income, no stability. And it all comes back to underfunded cash reserves. So here's the framework that actually works. Instead of one big pile of money, think in layers. 3 tiers, 3 purposes, 3 separate accounts. Tier 1, operating cash. This is the monthly flow. 1 to 2 months of expenses sitting in checking. Covers normal life while you wait for commissions to clear. Tier 2, emergency buffer. This is the big one. The remaining balance of the 6 to 12 months sits in a high yield savings account. Untouchable unless income actually stops or life blows up. This is what buys you time when deals slow. And yeah, high yield savings, it really makes the difference. If you're sitting on 50 grand earning 0.01%, you're bleeding money. Move it, earn 4 to 5%. That's 2 grand a year on a $50,000 buffer. Not an investment strategy, but might as well get something decent. Tier 3, opportunity cash. Separate pile for offense. Business opportunity shows up. Real estate deal. Something that requires speed. This isn't emergency money, it's growth money. Perhaps in a brokerage account with conservative investments, a CD or a money market account. And the key? Clear rules for each bucket. You don't raid tier 2 because you want a truck upgrade. You don't skip tier 1 because stocks are hot. Separate accounts, separate purposes, no temptation. Most reps stall here because they think it's all or nothing. I get it. I used to feel like 12 months of expenses sounded impossible, let alone 6 months. The truth is it only feels that way if the habit hasn't been built yet. So here's how you build it without freezing all progress. Save percentages, not fixed dollars. 20% of every commission goes straight into cash. Income goes up, savings go up. Income drops, it drops, but the habit stays. Prioritize cash building before aggressive investing. I know everyone's screaming about compound interest and missing gains, but you know what kills wealth faster? Panic selling investments because you need rent money. Get your cash foundation built first. Use strong months intentionally. Hit a $15,000 month, half to cash, not lifestyle inflation. Not a new watch, cash. And avoid all or nothing thinking. You don't need 12 months tomorrow. Get to 3, then 6, then 12. Milestones matter, and progress beats perfection every time. This is exactly what I did. I saved 60% of my income and lived off 25% to cover bills and living expenses. It didn't feel extreme or like I was missing out while other reps were buying trucks and taking trips, because when I was ready to leave roofing sales and start Roof Money Pro, I walked away with peace of mind. No stress, no scrambling, just options. That's what cash does. From one roofing sales rep to another, let me hit the objections because I've heard them all. Cash isn't earning anything. You're right, it's earning 4 to 5% in high yield savings, not 10 to 20% in the market. But it's also not dropping 30% when you need it most. Cash isn't there to grow, it's there to not disappear. I should be investing instead. Cool, go invest. Then watch yourself pull it out of the loss when the income dries up and you're scrambling. Investments are for money you don't need for 10 years. This is money you might need in 10 days or 10 hours. I'll never get there. Not with that attitude, but seriously, start small. 3 months feels doable. Build momentum. 3 months should be enough. For Sally in accounting? Sure. For you? Not even close. I think we beat that one over the head enough already. And here's the thing. Safety enables growth. When you've got 12 months of cash, you're not desperate. You don't take bad deals. You don't panic. You make smart choices because you can afford to wait. That's the edge nobody talks about. Look, roofing sales income will always swing. Deals will slow down, installs will delay, seasons will shift. That's just the game we decided to play. But what changes everything is how much time you can buy when it happens. The 3-month rule isn't wrong for everyone. It's just incomplete for commission earners living in a world where timing controls everything. When you build the right cash buffer, 6 to 12 months of real expenses, separated into defined tiers, funded by consistent percentages, stress drops, decisions improve, and income volatility stops feeling like a constant emergency. Hey Roof Money Pros, if you found this video helpful and it gave you some clarity on why your cash flow has been broken and what you actually need to do to fix it, make sure you subscribe because I'm building something here just for you. And I've got way more coming your way each week. Next up, I'm breaking down why hustle alone stops working in roofing sales. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.